Do not lock out your knees. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
1, sir.
2, sir.
3, sir.
4, sir.
5, sir.
6, sir.
7, sir.
8, sir.
9, sir. 10, sir.
11, sir.
12, sir.
13, sir. 14, sir.
When I say down, you'll go down. When I say up, you'll come up. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Down.
1, sir.
Up. Down.
6, sir.
Up. Execute.
Move! Move!
What are you just standing right now? Down.
Hurry up! You're too slow!
So you better get ready to work. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
The McAllen Fire Department's Fire EMS Academy 21 Alpha class is a varied and unique group, with cadets from McAllen to neighboring Rio Grande Valley communities and from North Texas to halfway around the world. The cadets agree their different hometowns make them stronger together for McAllen.
So I wanted to become a McAllen firefighter or a firefighter in general to make my family proud. I wanted to give my kids and my family ultimately a sense of worth, for the rest of their lives.
Well, I wanted a job that would bring value to me in my life, and in turn something that I could bring value to as well.
The reason I wanted to be a McAllen firefighter is because I do have uncles who were firefighters for Mercedes. They were volunteers, and that was something I really wanted to be a part of. And when I heard McAllen was hiring, I knew I needed to apply because I heard McAllen was the best.
I also joined the fire department because I wanted to be able to help people. I want to be able to service and provide care for people. And in the fire department, you can do that as well as continue provide medical service as well. And the other reason why I joined the fire department is because of my father. My father is a current firefighter. He's a lieutenant, and I wanted to make him proud.
The reason I want to be a McAllen firefighter because I used to be a firefighter before coming here in the US, and I wanted to pursue that career and find the best department in the valley, and I really chose the McAllen Fire Department for that reason.
It feels good to be able to help people out on their worst day, and I guess that's what pushes us, is that knowing that you're going to someone's worst day, you have to be at your best all the time, no matter what.
The reason I wanted to be a McAllen firefighter is because I wanted to be a part of a team. I wanted to work with my hands and just do a job that I felt brought value to my life and to others, because I feel it's an important job and I'm happy to do it. I'm blessed with the body that I have, to be able to physically perform the job, and I'm happy to help.
The reason I wanted to become a McAllen firefighter was because I wanted to do something with my life where I had a sense of accomplishment, and I also wanted to have a career where I could make my family proud.
The reason I wanted to be a McAllen firefighter was I wanted to do something a little bit similar to the military. That's a little bit of my background, and I heard the fire department's pretty similar in the way they do things.
My favorite part of the cadet class had to do with the training, as far as putting on the fire gear, getting ready to put out the fire, pulling out the hose, fire suppression.
Oh man, I enjoy the military, right? So I enjoyed the paramilitary style and the format and the structure that was involved with it.
My favorite part of the cadet class was just all of us being together, almost like a brotherhood. I'm never gonna forget these guys. They're awesome. And just coming in every day, seeing them, going to the grit with them, it changed it. It changed the game for sure.
So my favorite part of the cadet class was the camaraderie. We all got along very well. I do have a military background, and so when I got out of the military, I was hoping to get that camaraderie again, and I found it within the fire service.
My favorite part of the cadet class was learning all these new techniques, having amazing training staff, a lot of experienced firefighters that could bring a lot to us. that was really really interesting.
My favorite part of the cadet class was just joining a group of guys and drawing close, learning how to work together with them and becoming friends with them, because it was a real good group of guys. We were pretty tight-knit.
This was the first time I've ever taught any class in the fire department, let alone be the direct supervisor for the cadets for 21 Alpha. So this is all new to me, but being the direct supervisor for these cadets, now recruits, was one of the greatest experience I've had, and I've learned so much from them. They really did make my life easy because they were a good group of, they were a good class.
We formed a bond in the cadet class. We came real close as a brotherhood, as some would say.
In the cadet class, we came together pretty quickly. We were all working together, trying to get everybody through. We didn't want to see anybody fail, so we're always working together.
So they went over 3 portions. They went over the fire portion, which is the Fire Academy. It's roughly about 16 weeks. And then they went over a driver operator class, which was about a month long. And then they gained their EMT license. They went through the EMT portion. So gradually the classes got more challenging, but the first class set them up for what to expect in the driver operator and so on, because the EMT portion was probably one of the most challenging portions of the academy.
I enjoyed the physical fitness portion of it. I mean, the idea of trying to become better and have some friendly competition with others was something I look forward to, try to do better in both strength-wise, speed-wise, and just physical fitness-wise.
My favorite part of the class was being able to go out to the drill field and execute everything that we learned in the classroom, everything that you read, everything you were taught in the classroom. You went out and performed it.
My favorite part of the academy class was probably ropes and knots and rappelling. I thought that was pretty fun. It was cool to kind of see everything come together.
Well, I want to say thank you first and foremost. I appreciate the effort and supporting me and pushing me throughout it. And I want to thank my fiance as well for supporting me throughout the process, because my family's not here, they're back in Fort Worth.
I would like to tell my family, thank you for supporting me. And I would like to give a huge shout out to my fiance for being there for me, being very supportive of me, letting me follow my dreams, sir.
I want to tell my family thank you, and that I love them, and that I wouldn't be here without them. It's been a very hard process, very time-consuming, very physically, mentally straining, not only for me, but for my family. But I want to tell them thank you, and that I love them, and that I wouldn't be here without them.
So I want to tell my family thank you. They were really there to support me. When things were tough and rough, they were there to keep motivating me.
I want to tell my family and friends that even though I don't say it often, and I leave it for special occasions, that I love them and that I try to do better. Actually, my father was the reason why I joined the fire department. When I passed the physical fitness exam and the fire department examination, he was extremely proud and happy for me.
I would like to thank my wife to always be by my side and pushing me and helping me and supporting me through all the academy, and even before that, the process of moving here and finding a job again in the fire department. She's always been really, really supportive, and I really appreciate that. I would like to thank her.
Chevrel, who's from half a world away, also wanted to send a message to his parents and friends for their support.
Je voudrais les remercier pour tout ce qu'ils ont fait, m'avoir toujours supporté sur le déménagement, sur trouver une nouvelle carrière, et vraiment m'avoir aidé, toujours supporté, c'est vraiment important pour moi.
First, I would like to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible. And then my wife for being able to support me through the day one, from the time that I took the test to today. she's shown a lot of support, been there for everything, making sure that I had my clothes ironed, making sure I had everything ready for the next day, ready to go. The sacrifice to be able to not do a lot so that way I can make sure I studied for the next day for any exam that I had coming up. My parents for calling me and checking in all the time, making sure like, are you ready? Are you studying and stuff like that? And just want to thank them for everything they've done and everything they did for me.
I want to tell my wife thank you for supporting me throughout these 8 months and even past the academy. I appreciate you always being there to help me out, allowing me to put all my energy into my job, and I hope to be able to give that back to you now that I have more time off. And my family, thanks for always supporting me, always being behind me 100% in whatever I decide to do.
I'd like to tell my family, especially my wife, thank you for all the support as I went through the academy. It was a really tough 8 months, and she was with me throughout the whole process, always supporting me when it came to studying, making me lunches for work. So thank you for that.
Thank you for supporting me throughout this whole journey. It was a lot of fun. They just helped me out a lot.
Congratulations to the McAllen Fire Department's Fire EMS Academy 21 Alpha class.